Hello and welcome to Soccer Betting News. I'm your host Deshaj, and with me in studio today is the lockdown spectator himself, Keba Mothoagae.
Thank you very much for having me, Desh.
Keba, we have a grudge match this weekend. Of course, it's Orlando Pirates versus Mamelodi Sundowns with a Nedbank Cup trophy on the line in Mbombela.
I've said it before, this is the blue chip fixture in South African football today. These are two teams that have got ambitions. It's just that Mamelodi Sundowns in the league, consistency is what they're doing much better than Orlando Pirates, who seem to be getting right in cup football.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because Jose Riveiro just recently took charge of Orlando Pirates. He could deliver his fourth trophy in his second season in charge.
That is amazing. He's working in doubles, and it's not by fluke. It's not a mistake. He really is a good coach. Remember the jokes at the beginning of his tenure: plumber, and he has gone and proved everybody wrong that he really is the real deal.
Yeah, of course. This comes after back-to-back second-place positions in the DStv Premiership. Are Pirates the best from the rest?
Most certainly. They really are, and it goes back to the point that I made earlier. Consistency. They could have been challenging Sundowns for this league had they not been throwing points away against teams they're supposed. Sundowns is getting it right. They're beating teams they're meant to beat at the bottom. And Pirates keeps fumbling against your Cape Town Spurs, your SuperSport United, your Polokwane Cities. 23-point difference at the top. You never know, because if you're sitting on Sundowns' neck around December and January, it starts working on them psychologically. Pirates is not placing enough pressure on Sundowns in the league.
Of course, it can be, a game of fine margins sometimes. And you look at the second place position, it was only on goal difference. I believe Stellenbosch on third were level on points with Pirates, but it was that goal difference that just got them over the line.
It was the fact that Pirates scored 44 goals. Stellenbosch scored 39. But remember, it was raining goals for Orlando Pirates in the last 2 months of the season. They were scoring for fun until the last 3 games. And those 5 goals proved the difference. Mabasa's return from Swallows has to be one of the greatest loan spells in history, because he was smashing them in at Swallows. And then he comes and smashes them at Pirates. That's amazing.
He actually has played through his socks for both clubs this season. But let's talk about players like Masogane and Relebohile Mofokeng, who's just been confirmed to play in the upcoming friendlies for Bafana.
Masogane, he had been quiet for a while. He bloomed this season. That's one of the success stories for Orlando Pirates. There's not much you have to say. He just selects himself in that starting 11. As for Mokwena, man, I think let's believe the hype and the fact that now Hugo Broos has said, come through to the national team. We'll blood you into, whether you play or you don't play. It's the same system that Sundowns has got with those youngsters that Rhulani Mokwena is blooding within the team. Because we believe that, I've been saying, Rhulani Mokwena, I doubt he's going to be in the league for long. I doubt he's going to be in South Africa for long.
Sorry, he's on his way out.
I say this is the kind of talent you don't want in the league for that long.
Of course, he has been linked to the move to England as well as a Scottish side. I think Celtic, if I'm not mistaken, or possibly Rangers were in the market for him.
And he trialled at Wolves, didn't he? He's trialling in the Premier League. It's just that endeavor. It's like our Garnacho. It's very interesting to see the South African version. I don't want to compare you to somebody else overseas, but he reminds me of a Garnacho in that the liveliness of his play has been a big reason why Pirates has been quite lethal.
I see. All right, let's turn our attention to Mamelodi Sundowns. And let's start with the attack, actually. Number of signings have come through the door. You look at players like Allender, Costa, Escovel, really European-based players, and now they find themselves in South Africa.
Well, I've always said that Mamelodi Sundowns' ambition was to obviously win the Champions League and go to the Club World Cup. Now, this is where these signings will become important, because remember, if let's say Sundowns, before in the previous format of the Club World Cup, if they had won the CAF Champions League, they would have played a South American team, right? So these are the kind of players you will have who know how to play against a Fluminense, a Boca Juniors. Guys, Sundowns does not just sign. There is a method behind how they sign. And it's just that unfortunately, these guys can't seem to get them over the finishing line in African football, in the Champions League anyway.
Okay, actually, let's discuss that for a moment. They, of course, lifted the inaugural AFL trophy, but in the Champions League, they failed to score in the knockout stages. Firstly, they were goalless against Young Africans, and then they went over on penalties. And then you look at, I think it was Esperance. I think they got hit 1-0 by Esperance in back-to-back fixtures. So they failed to score in the knockout stage of the CAF Champions League.
They got tactically outdone in the African Champions League. The CAF Champions League. It's remembering all times. And like I said, it's the one remaining check mark that Rhulani Mokwena has to, and I'm sure it's itching away, because it's obviously itching away at Keba Mothoagae, the chairman of Mamelodi Sundowns, and just the way he speaks, he's inferring that we really need to cross that mental barrier.
Yeah, I guess the question remains: will he or will he not do it? With his time at the Brazilians being under question?
I thought this was the season that they would break through and win it.
Yeah.
Like I said, Mamelodi Sundowns is designed to compete in Africa. Next season, there's no telling what Pirates is going to do in terms of the league, because now, remember, Pirates is not quite at the level where they can manage 2 trophies at the same time, a Champions League as well as a DStv Premiership, which is where Sundowns has the advantage. But I get the feeling that Mokwena probably has one more season, because this is his playground. This is his playground. He can advance and move on to higher things.
I guess I have to ask you this. Does Pirates actually compete for the DStv Premiership next season? Because Sundowns have really not just made it a Farmers League, it's basically a walk in the park for them.
That's what we expect. I talk to Pirates fans and they're like, yeah, we're winning cups. Winning cups is great, but it's a bit of a lottery. Now, the cup that says you are the best of the best, you've beaten everybody to that title, is the DStv. And I'm thinking maybe it's something that they will discuss from a technical standpoint for the upcoming season. And especially now, how are they going to manage the workload with the CAF Champions League? Because Pirates' pedigree, it actually is one of the prerequisites that you have to qualify for the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's good.
Pirates going to look at that defeat that Sundown suffered in the final league fixture of the season. Of course, they lost to Cape Town. Where the Invincibles just went crashing down.
I am disappointed for Sundowns. I really wanted them to finish unbeaten, just because that it's a great landmark. It doesn't matter what the league is like. To go through a season unbeaten is a sensational achievement, and I know you could sense it. There's a video that was on social media. I don't know which. I don't know if it was Supersport, where one of their social media people recorded the Sundowns guys on the bench, and you could sense at the final whistle that, ouch, this is going to hurt. We won the league, but
they're no longer Invincibles. All right. All that being said, give me your prediction this one. Which way can you see it going?
This is one of those games where I can hope that Sundown scores first, because it'll encourage Pirates to play more. If Pirates scores first, Pirates will probably be a lot more defensive because they're up against a more potent outfit. And I see a 2-1. A 2-1. It's just this is not going to penalties. Sundowns is going to take their chances, unlike the last time in the MTN 8 final. This is going to end inside 90 minutes. I just don't know who's going to win it. But I know that both teams are going to go hammer and tongs. You might even find Sundowns smashing Pirates, or Pirates smashing, because it's the history of this fixture in the last 10 years. It's such a good fixture. It's got goals. It's just that it was unusual this season that there were not that many, but it's going to be entertaining. And the fact that it's a really, really neutral venue. Both teams would enjoy that much support in Mbombela as opposed to Pirates did in KwaZulu-Natal.
100%. Well, you call goals, and I can't wait to see how this one pans out. With that being said, don't forget to like our video and subscribe if you haven't already. And let us know in the comments who you think is going to take this one. From all of us in studio, thanks, and until next weekend. Cheers.
For more soccer betting tips and previews, get the latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch or news agent.